So hi everyone. So today we will see how to use a paragraphs contributed model with Drupal. So initially we will go with the introduction. So the paragraphs provides the site builders like to create the content very faster and easier. Like paragraphs provides a better way of creating content, just like site, site studio or a WordPress or some other CMS. CMS is mainly used for the reusability and managing the content. So paragraphs help it enhance the way. So that's why we are going to use paragraphs. So technically, with the we can have a multiple fields with a say, a single paragraph type. Okay, so and each field have its own settings like a cardinality and say for example if you are using an entity reference like a media, then we can have a different extensions uh, like a extension for the media that we are going to upload. So we can have a different field settings for the fields which we are going to add in a different paragraph types. So we with the paragraph types we can create a custom paragraph types, and we can customize that by styling and making some background back end things like rendering some different entities based on the field selection which we have given in the edit form of a content page, edit form of a content like that. So and the other thing is how it makes the site builder easier to work. The thing is we can if we are adding two or three paragraphs in a single node, then some the client may come up with a new requirement like we need the image to be in the first place and the text to be in the second place. Then we don't want to uh, recreate that. We can just drag and drop, and we can add the additional fields in that. So, and the most useful of Drupal is we can manage a multilingual site very easily with Drupal. So for that also we can use a paragraph. So paragraphs or every paragraph type is translatable, and we can easily translate and say for example maybe in the English version of a particular node we may require a component, yeah, image or something, and in another version of language like French or something. If we don't want that, then we can also use the published status which we get with the translate language module, and we can also unpublish that. Um, like say for example, we might be having a share module, sharing options like Facebook and Twitter and like that. So social media. So in Russia, we recently we have some things going on. So because of that, we can't have the Facebook integrations in those pages, in those Russian versions. So we can unpublish that a particular paragraph type in that particular node, so that we can get rid of that. So it makes workflow very easier. So like I explained, what can we do with paragraphs? We can create more than one fields like say for example within a single paragraph type we can have a media field, text field, some other drop down list of everything, what are the entities or what are the fields we can use with the content types that we can the same we can do with the paragraph with the single paragraph type. So on the paragraphs, a single paragraph can have a predefined styles, like we can no need of giving a different styles each and every time. If we define that once, then whenever the paragraph is used, it will get other styles will get appended, and um, we can use a hook and quick hook process for the paragraph type, so that we can add some classes or use some classes based on that based on the custom selection from the user of from the edit form of the node, so that we can do. And we can also render the best thing is say for example we might have a events listing. So the client may require a page with some functionality and another page with the same thing with slight changes. So we don't want to make different. We don't want to spend a lot of times in that. So we can just simply create two views, and we can render that based on the user selection. Uh, so these are the customization we can do with paragraphs. So the basic thing is, for installing the paragraph contributor module, we require another one contributor module that is called the entity reference revisions, so that for the translation purpose and for the revisions we can use that, and we require another one core core module that is file. So these are the basic requirements for paragraphs. So while installing itself, we will those things will get installed. If we are using going with the composer, then the entity reference solution will get installed. Otherwise, we have to install that if we are going with the UI. So these are the paragraph types which I have in this for this TECHX session. So we can I will show you first how to create a paragraph type. Creating a paragraph is very simple, similar to creating a content type. So now we have created a paragraph type called a TECHX paragraph type, and in the manage fields we can add fields. So from the list we can have all those fields and the entities we can use, like which are uh, which are available for content type as well, content type fields as well. So these are the things available. So we can add as per our requirements. Say for example, I'm adding a media. And as I said, we can manage the cardinality and the thing which as it is a entity reference, we can uh, select the reference item and we can select the cardinality. And like by default field settings, we can have different things. Say for example, if you have a paragraph type 1 and paragraph type 2, both are having media fields, and the paragraph type 1 may have unlimited media fields can be added, and paragraph type 2 might be restricted with only one media item. So like that, we can have different field settings for different paragraphs, and we can also reuse that if we are use that in one. So like that, we can add a field to a paragraph type. So I'll show you. So I have created a paragraph type called image overlay, and in that we have four fields: title, overlay, image, and description. So here the title is a normal text field, and image is an entity reference of media, and description is a body field. So in this overlay, here comes that what we can do with paragraph. So in the field overlay, I'll show you the field settings. So in the field settings, I have four colors: pink, blue, green, and purple. So with this, we can create a image overlay with different colors. Image overlay. Okay, before that, after creating a paragraph type, and we have to add that to the specific content types. For the required content type, so I want to have the paragraph type image overlay in the content type called TECHX. So here I do have a TECHX paragraphs. So in that I have included all those paragraphs which I have. So like normally adding the fields like that, we can add the paragraph here as well. Let me show you. Here we have to select reference revisions paragraph, and we have to give a label to that. And by default, that coordinate is unlimited, and the reference item is a paragraph. And here we have to select. Here we will have the list of paragraph types which we have created, and we have to select from here. So this is how we can add a paragraph type to a content type. So let me show you. Let me show by creating a content. Okay, and I'm going to add a image only. So in the paragraph type, we can see that there are four fields. So add first image field in the media type, and a title to that. And here we have that list, the color of that image overlays. So I am selecting the default one is blue. So I'm now changing that to pink. Now I'm publishing the node. So now we got the image, the title, and the description. So how it we have just added four fields. How it comes here. For that, we have to come to our code base, and we should have a template. The template name should be like a paragraph, paragraph type dot html dot p. If it is just paragraph dot html type, this is a common one. So for a specific one, we have to go with paragraph, paragraph type dot html dot p. So in the image overlay, I have created the tick file tick here with the classes, and that's how. And also I have a CSS for this. So that's how it is rendered like this here. So if I want to change the color, maybe there might be 10 or 12 image overlays, and if everything is having same colors, then it will not look good. So maybe for the second one, I will give blue, and like that we can change to green. So how it is, I was just added this field in the backend, and I was just selecting changing the colors here in the edit form. How it is entering in the front end. For that, we can use a hook preprocessor. So here I have a hook for the image only, and the hook we are going to use is a hook preprocess paragraph and the paragraph type. Otherwise, if you are going with a hook preprocess paragraph itself, then we have to pass that. We have to use a class. In the if class, we have to check the paragraph type name. Instead of that, it will be a faster way with the paragraph type. So we are just getting the, I'll explain the code here. So we are just getting the paragraph values from the variables, and we are checking whether it has a field overlay. Field overlay is nothing but the color field, and from that we are getting the value, and we are just appending the value to the classes. And here in the custom code, I have wrote like the background color should change based on the colors which based on the class name. So if the class name has blue, then the background will be blue, and if the class name is purple, then the background will be purple. So like that, we can render that from the pre-process. So and also we can add our custom library to the paragraph type from the hook pre-process paragraph type. So let me show the the contents of the variables. By default, except the elements, everything will be common here. Elements and the content. The content will have the fields which we have added for the particular paragraph type. So here we do have attributes, and the attributes is not having anything as of now. And we can alter the view mode in the preprocess, and we can maybe sometimes we might require a custom implementation like wherever the paragraph is added, it should be in the topmost content, so that we can alter the weight, and we can add the attributes here like that. We can, and we can also change the content by capturing the field values. Okay, so here I have here the attributes is not having any values, right? Because I have dumped the variables in the top. So after this code, if I dump the variable, let me clear the cache. So here I have added a class based on the based on the selection in the backend. So if I change, as of now it is green. So if I change to blue, here it will change to blue. And if you check the class name here we have the class name blue will get appended to the class class which we are going to add. So if we added the class in the variables, then it will get added here. And in the if you want some other variables also needs to be rendered based on some custom implementation or some custom calculations or custom things from the backend, then we can just pass with the variables, dollar variables, the custom name and the value, and we can call that in the particular TICK file. Say for example, if I have a if we want to render some constant text or something, then what we can do is we can uh, pass that variable here in with the variables, and we can call the variable text or sentence, whatever the variable name is. We can call that within this tip file, so that it will get rendered based on the custom design or styling which we. This is how we can customize a paragraph type for the CSS and the libraries. And the thing is like as I said, we can render the views. Maybe the client may require some different stylings based on the field selection in the back end, like how we are selecting the colors. So for that I don't have a TECHX view paragraph type. So here I just added a single field show teaser. So and I do have a view. The view name is TECHX, and I have two blocks within the view. So the first block is render the contents, all the contents in the teaser format, and the second one will render the contents in the table format. So I'm just showing you this as an example. Say, uh, I'll tell you the example like we may have a events listing page, and in one of the page we should show only the events with the links, and in some other pages that might be restricted to the admin users or some specific role users. So for them, what we can do is if they are expecting us to provide with the in charge person or the respective person for the they need to contact for the respective events. Then we can create a view based on that, and we can render that based on the field selections. Let me show you. So here, I have a field called a show teaser. If I select show teaser, so here this is the title, and below that I have selected the show teaser checkbox. So this display is getting this display from the particular view is getting rendered, and here if I uncheck this checkbox and I publish this, then we will get the table view. That is the second display view. So how we can do this? Again, we have to go with the paragraph view process. So within that, I'll explain this code. So we are just getting the paragraph contents, and we are just hard coding the view ID, as I didn't add any other fields. We can also reference the views, and we can also select the views based on from the user selection, and from that we can also get the values, and we can render that. Say for example, if I have another one field in the content type, like the view name, or the event name, or event listing name, and the display name as well. Display name might be teasers or table, like that, and by catching that we can render accordingly. So here I am getting the view ID. As of now I have hot coded the view ID, and I'm getting the view, and I was this is the normal condition needs to be checked. We are checking field show teaser value is 1, whether the checkbox is checked or not. If it is checked, and we will be rendering the block 1. The block one is teaser. So from the content, if the show teaser checkbox is checked, then the block 1 will be rendered. The machine name that we can take from the URL, or and for the second one also we can. So based on that, uh, we are again I'm hot coding the display name, and from the view object I'm calling a method set display, and from the, using the method I was just displaying the block 1, and we have to render render the view object, and we have to add that in the variable, and here I have added the output of the view, which I have rendered in the output variable, so that I am adding into the view block in the variables array. So here I was just in this tick file for the TECHX view paragraph type. I was just having a view block to be rendered. So that I made like by adding the thing we need to render, that we have to, that I'm adding in this variable array, and I'm rendering over there. If the checkbox is unchecked, then the block 2 will be get rendered. And as we can reference the entities which we have created in Drupal, like that we can also reference the paragraph type which we have already created. So then I'll go with the nested paragraphs. So here in the paragraph type, I have a image overlay, text paragraph type, and a grid 2 by 2 image overlay. So here I have added a image overlay, which this is a entity reference of a paragraph. So we can also create a paragraph type, within that we can add fields of paragraph reference as well. So this is the one which sorry, TECHX paragraph type, which I have created recently, and I have just added a one media file previously. So now I'm going to add another one field of which is the reference of the paragraph, and we can we can manage the cardinal key. So I'm managing that as two. And here we will get the list, and in that we can select the this is called the one which we are creating is called a parent paragraph type, and within that we can select the child paragraph type. I'm selecting image overlay as a child. So like that we can add a grid 2 by 2 image overlay. So it will have well it will have a two image overlays within that. And I'm selecting green here. And I'm leaving this with a blue, so the default value. So previously we have a button add image overlay. So as I have added two image overlays, so as I have set the cardinality as limited as two. So if you want another one row, I have to add another one grid. Otherwise, we can also manage this like we can give unlimited, and we can style accordingly. Like the first row should contain the first two, and the second row should contain the third, and both like that. We can control that with the quick files and uh, this CSS styling. That also we can do with the paragraphs. So as I haven't removed the dump, we are getting that also twice. So based on the stylings we are providing, we can render this. So I have to change the styling so that we can get the better view. Just so this is how we can use the nested paragraphs. We can also say, for example, uh, we are only having media field in the paragraph, right? And in another paragraph, we are referencing the media field paragraph type in the paragraph type 2. And we can also refer the paragraph type 2 in the paragraph type 3. So we will be having two parents and one children. The hierarchy will be paragraph type 3. The children of the paragraph type 3 is paragraph type 2. And the children of paragraph type 2 will be paragraph type 1. So like that, we can create a nested paragraphs. And as I said, we can also translate the paragraphs. So for that, we have to the language model is enabled. Before that, we have to um, configure the languages that will be available under configuration, region and language, content language and translation. So here by default, none of the option will be selected. So here we have to come and we have to select as per our requirement. So we have to enable the content and templates. And like that, I'm removing the rest of the tool. I was just enabling the translation for a group 2 by 2 image overlays, and we can have the published author on. We can also, from here we can also manage the fields which we can translate. Say for example, uh, we don't want a different entries for a image field. Maybe if you have an image overlay, the image will be same for every languages. The overlaying text will be different, right? So for managing performance also we can disable that. We can disable that and citizens as well. So if we save this and so so I'm adding French here as secondary language. So now I'm going to the content and I'm trying to translate it. So translate. I'm just translating to French. So here we can change the title. Maybe. So in French, we'll be having a different one. And if I change this to, I haven't configured the error release. So here we'll be having that text in English, and if I switch to the translation, we'll be having the A4 in the content in French. So we can translate this and for so in the form display, the published icon was disabled as of now. I'm enabling them. So as we can unpublish that one paragraph in a single version and publish that in some other version, right? So I'm unpublishing that here in the French version. So the French version, this is the English version. So we do have the paragraphs here. So I have to. I made a mistake, like haven't enabled the image overlay that is a child to grid, so that I have it enabled. So make it as a translatable one. By default, while translating, we will have the same content, but as I have made some changes in the translate fields, so the content for the there's a content loss. So if I'm translating this to French, so as I have unpublished that here, so we are not getting the content in the front end. But if I move to the English version, we will be having the content. So based on that, like if we want to suppress some components for different languages, we can just give the unpublished option available in the each paragraph types.
Hi guys, thank you for watching. I had an amazing time learning all the new things here at Specbee's TechX. And if you did too, do let us know in the comments below. Keep following Specbee for the latest trends in technology. See you in the next one.